Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Live.
Welcome to Live. It's really nice to see everyone. Well, for everyone to be here that can see us, and we'll see who's here later. Right. Sorry, we're just being really silly this morning. We're just feeling good. And welcome everybody that's here. And today's topic is all about seeing your glass half full. And the minute you do, all of a sudden, things just start changing.
Yeah.
It's like the more full you see your glass, the more things fill up for you to see them too. And I guess it's really about being grateful for everything you have instead of people looking at what they don't have. And I'm just going to reflect for a second. And that is about this year, okay, has been a very, very changing year in a lot of ways for a lot of people. Personally, went through some loss.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. I'm really starting to learn a lot about myself being on my own and being alone. And I'm really okay. And I have had, because yesterday was the anniversary of Joe passing.
Yeah.
I had a lot of outpouring of love and people just sending wonderful messages and calling and this and that. And it was really, more than anything, so wonderful to be able to feel that love in such abundance and to really think about that's what's really helped me and my family, my kids, to really go on, and that's really what it's like. It's about not looking at what you've lost, or not looking at and holding on to the memories and the love and all of the good that does pass through our lives. And so I'm sure I did what everybody does in this situation. I started to anticipate, oh my God, here it comes, it's the year. And this weekend was really tough. And I did a lot of crying and I did a lot of clearing. But I did a lot of realizing that once being able to really find out who I am and how I feel and what really makes me tick, you really see how life goes on. And you see what you've learned from all of that. And as much as I anticipated what was yesterday going to be like, it turned out to be like a really incredible day and a really happy day, because I was really filled with and really thought about all the wonderful things. And I was like reached out to by all of the wonderful friends that I've made over these years, through that relationship, through our relationship. And yesterday just turned out to be like a really good day, because I was like, well, I can make this a bad, sad day and go curl up in a ball somewhere, or I can just really be grateful and happy and thankful, so thankful for all I did have and where I am right now today in my life because of all the lessons and all the growth.
Yeah.
And all that I do have,
and all the love.
My kids, this work that I do, the people I've met through it, all of you that make everything possible. So I just want to say thank you, and it's really about looking at what you do have.
Yeah,
and
I read a lot of the comments too from your Facebook posts, and a lot of love. And that's, to me, I actually had an experience over the weekend where a friend of ours has cancer, and about 200
growing numbers
or so bikers got together and raised some money. But I think the love that we felt, the hope that we gave, it was just like super grounding and, humbling, but then also you were just so filled with love and joy for the moment.
Exactly.
And so in the moment, everyone was celebrating the life, and truly everyone, you're like a minute from like walking out and getting hit by a bus or anything else that could happen to you in life. So in that celebration, it was an amazing day, and we're still all, really just glowing from that. So, and there again is the glass, more full, because no matter what happens, it's in the moment and it reminds you of being present.
Your glass is always really half full.
Yes.
It's what you do with the other half that makes the difference. Do you keep on filling it up?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the experiences, and I know that a lot of us, look, everybody experiences loss in one way or another. It could be a job, it could be a house, it could be a friend, it could be a friendship, it could be anything. But to, at that moment, be able to look at it like a major change and an opening instead of shutting down from it. I mean, somebody came in here the other day and looked at me and they're like, how are you in your life right now? And I really looked at them and I said, I'm really ecstatic.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at the top of my game. I feel like I'm really feeling the energy of what I do, and I'm really seeing the reward through all of the people that we're helping by what we do here and what we do in our personal lives, the homes that you find for people and the new locations and the new feeling in health and emotionally that people feel, you know, when they come in here and leave here, whether it's through me, Giuseppe, Karen, Kim, Peggy, anybody that works through here. It's my mission statement in the beginning was to be a hub for healing, whether it's something we do here or we can direct you in the right direction. And it really has come to that.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like I feel, and we've really been practicing like all these things we tell you. And I mean, when you really look around, I don't know anybody. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care where you are right at this second. I had a woman come in yesterday and she said, oh, I'm so sick, my lungs, I got congestion and my sinuses. So I said to her, what if you don't need something for your lungs, and what if you don't need something for your sinuses, and what if you just answer this question? What in your life is going on right now that's causing you sadness, disruption, because sadness is the lungs, congestion, and sinuses? Who's irritating you that's close to you? I'm hitting a nerve, I know, with more than one person, I'm sure. But get this. I go like this.
Yep.
So she goes on to tell me, you know, she's planning this thing and some family people are disrupting the plans by changing a day to something, but a beep, but a bop. I won't get into details. And I said to her, why are you letting them ruin what you have planned?
Yeah.
Because they changed the plans. You still have that party going on. You're still planning your party. It's outside of you that's deciding to make those change. So in essence, her glass is still half full because she's got that party she's planning. And in about 10, 15 minutes, we came back, we played some bowls, we did some affirmations.
Cool.
Why are these party plans going so well? Why is all of this money coming to me so freely and easily? And she walked out of here yesterday and didn't buy any myrrh and didn't buy any sinus tone. And she was feeling great. And I said to her, it's not what you needed. You needed to clear up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really showing you that what your thoughts are doing are physically, you're allowing them to disrupt what's going on in the body. And what's going on in the body is reflected out here in your life. And if you're letting things that are going on out here beyond your ability to change or do anything about it, because remember, it's hard enough to change your own mind, let alone change somebody else's mind. Yeah. That's, you know, where we start to turn the other way and start thinking in a negative way, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You want every experience to be a positive experience, and I am living proof that it's really up to how you're looking at stuff, and it doesn't mean I'm not sad. I have my sad moments, but at 60, I can choose to be sad for the next
60.
20, 30 years I'm here.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
You don't look like you're 60 at all. Hard to believe,
Well,
right?
thank you. It's the herbs. A lot of years of them.
Yeah.
What,
No, I was just thinking too while you were saying that, you know, when the people come at you with all of those things, I'm always like, okay, sorry for your, you know, things that you got going on there, but I gotta get away because I don't want to have all of that.
right.
You know?
And you're the only one that can figure out how to fix what's going on with you.
And you definitely, you do have to vent I'm actually looking at vending different ways. I'm going back now to my writing and burning more. So, because I don't want to keep carrying that with me. And for that person, she's carrying all that it's morphing into
Yes.
more physical symptoms.
Absolutely.
And, you know, kind of that happens to a lot of people. So you want to just, you know, keep trying to focus on the positive and your glass being more full.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's incredible. And look at all the people that you can help as an inspiration because they see you and how it can be done. And fact is fact. If somebody else is doing something that you want to do, then clearly it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, so start thinking in terms of you're really unstoppable. There are no limitations. We put them on ourselves. So if you want to walk around like you've lost everything and everything's going the other way and you can't change it and you have to stay in that rut, well, I'm very sorry to let you know that that's where things are going to go. But if you're looking and willing to change what's going on in here and how you want to see things, that's, you know, how you're going to see them.
Yeah.
That's
And I'll
how
tell you,
they're going to manifest in your life.
this is a practice now for me, definitely every day, where whatever the moment is that I'm trying to either clear, change, whatever it is that I'm not feeling great about, I'll look up right on YouTube and go in the direction that I want, or I'll learn something new. I've been kind of focusing on all different things that I want to learn this year, even
Write it
speak
down.
another language
Right.
or
Write it down.
whatever. You know, you can learn and do anything, and you know, start with baby steps. I was actually just talking to somebody over here whose son is going to be getting out of college, and she's like, yeah, I'd love him to be able to get a house. And I was like, even better, how about, you know, we start talking to him about a duplex, and kind of started going down. She's like, that's a great idea. But, you know, I said to her, it's not just to jump into. We'll have to, like, get the education, and you can do that little by little. You don't have to start with, like,
Right.
that's what I want to buy a house. You start with, like, well, how does it happen, and what do I need to learn or do or whatever. You don't necessarily need the instant gratification, but you can know that it's possible, and that's part of starting to pour some water in your glass of becoming more full.
And also know and be really aware that we all know that things take a turn for a specific reason. And the first thought you want to go to from there is, where am I headed now? Let me get myself ready. And that's it. Just be ready for everything that life deals you. I know sometimes they throw huge curves in the road. Believe me, I know. And they come from the least expected places. But you know what? I don't know what I'm higher from, getting through what I've gotten through, or just, you know,
Being aware. Being
being
aware
aware
of
of
it is huge.
all that you're capable
Yeah.
of really getting through and the places you can get to,
Yeah.
no matter what anybody throws in your path. And
Yeah.
the more I realized my own responsibility for my own life and what's happening in front of me, the more I detached and saw that clearing and was able to move towards that, you know, higher place and that higher consciousness and feeling better more of the time.
Yeah.
More of the time through everything.
Give yourself a break too if you don't feel like you're there. I mean, both in time, give yourself a break where you can really stop in your day, and if it doesn't feel the way you want it to feel, stop in the day and think about, what do I want, how do I want it to be different. I'll ask my kids that too if they're come home grumbling or, you know, about school. I'm like, well, what happened good today? And it changes the pattern, first of all, instantly.
Absolutely.
You know, and then it forces them to think, like, oh, what did happen? Oh, well, lunch was good, you know, whatever. And that's the difference of half full and half empty.
That's right.
You
There
know,
go.
is your change of attitude right away. And then it'll start changing your patterns. So if you can learn to do that for yourself, it's huge.
Wait, so can I
Definitely.
add a little feng shui thing in here? Like, am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So this, when the kids come in the door, I learned this from Ralph and Lonnie
Yeah.
D'Amica's my feng shui
Right,
first
right.
teachers. And that is on the doorway where the kids come in the door, or really where anybody comes in the door, you should have a little tiny wind chime that sounds really pleasant, because as they walk in the door and they hear that pleasant little chime, then that's the energy that resonates with them when they walk through the house into the rest of the house. If you have a door that squeaks, then subconsciously, the minute you open your mouth to them, they hear like that squeaky door, and they don't want to hear it. So definitely check that out. We teach that in the feng shui classes, that you want to have like a very pleasant sound when you walk in the door, because that's the sound that will resonate with you the rest of the time that you're in that place.
And that's what Phyllis has here when you walk in the door.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
then you're greeted by the cleansing sage that when you walk in too. So you're just like,
That's right. And the sense
you
of
can
the
be
incense.
stressed out and you'll just walk in the door.
Yeah, I'm really like happy when people go, you smell like your store. I'm glad I don't work at a butcher shop. No, really, my grandpa was a butcher and he had a slaughterhouse, so I remember that. So.
Yeah.
And I want to say, hey, Mickey, Barb, Jamie, Marie, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
And so I'm so happy today. Well, I'm kind of really
I'm
happy every day,
too.
so it's good. Like, I'm
Yeah.
happy today. But hope you guys are all happy out there. And I really want to stress, like, write things down. If you're feeling any other way than your glass is half full, write down everything on one side of a piece of paper that you think needs to be changed. And on the other side, write down, like it is changed, how it would be in a positive way. In a positive way. And really focus all of your energies on finally reaching the vibration of love. And I know I wrote yesterday on Facebook, and I say this every day, all day now, and it really resonates, is that with all that's going on and with all we have to face every day, I really do feel peace in my mind and love in my heart. I really do, every day. And if you can start saying this to yourself at the times when you're feeling the most vulnerable, it just makes a whole difference in your life, in your vibration, and moving forward. And hope you're all feeling good. Hope this was really helpful.
Yeah. And also when you're writing down what you want to release or change, it could be helpful to say, I choose to release, I choose to forgive, I choose to change, so that, you know, whether or not it feels like it's happening to you, at least you know you're moving it from where it is. So that's one helpful thing.
Right. Just keep repeating in your
Right.
mind, I choose. And then say what you choose in any situation. I'm telling you, the magic happens. You can believe it or not. And you know what, honestly, whether you believe it or not, and the more skeptical you are, the more of a reckoning you're going to deal with, and the more universe is going to prove it to you. And boy, do I love when that happens. So anyway, thanks for joining us. We love you. That's why we do this, and we hope it's helpful. We love to hear from you, so please, let us know any questions. Lily, thanks for joining us. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a great week.